Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 24th, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so much for doing so. Now, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Or like this, guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. There's a real sense of rising out of adversity, really knowing where you stand or what you stand for or where you want to be. There's a realization that comes forward during this full moon or, around the time of this full moon that's like, okay, this is where I'm headed. Like, this is what I want. This is the clarification, the justification, the understanding that I needed to be able to level up, to move forward the way that I need to, soul and spirit. So with the Queen of Wands crowning this whole entire reading, it's fire sign energy. So if you're born on the cusp with Sagittarius or you have fire sign energy in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you're going to find that that works very well in your favor. You're also very passionate, very driven, and you let yourself shine. You let yourself move forward in a sense of this is me, of shine, of Spirit likes to say sparkle, which I always think is very, very funny. But Spirit has been saying sparkle recently, where we're hiding our own talents, even from ourselves. And then we get this little bit of a sparkle and we then let it shine forward. And we let ourselves step into, excuse me, step into ourselves. So that's going to be a very good thing. Also, if you have fire sign energies in your life, they're going to be very helpful in a way that you could say, oh, that's helpful. Or even if they're negative or they're trying to hold you back in some way or another, you're going to find yourself persevering despite that. So even if they help out in a not so positive way, you wouldn't say that was helping. Actually, I hear it more like they're not helping, they're trying to hinder, but you're finding that you're stronger than you thought you are. You're going to see that you're moving forward in a way that you hadn't expected. With the Five of Wands reversed, there's a release of pettiness, of chaos, of petty fighting. There's just a sense of like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And there can be a disconnect between us and, work gossip or, gossip in general. You'll be out of the loop, but you're okay with that. And that's a cool place to be. With the Five of Cups, change your mind, change your life. You're starting to see things and you're starting to see yourself very differently. It's not hyperfixating on what we haven't done right. It's turning around and seeing the beautiful love that is still with us and the healing and the things that are moving us forward. With the Page of Pentacles, this is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is going to be energy here that really teaches us. Now, if we have earth sign energy in our life, all right, if we have earth sign energy in our chart, we're going to find that we learn a lot of lessons from those signs and from that energy. But with the Page of Pentacles, there's a sense here of being a student of your prosperity, of diversifying, of moving forward in different ways, of saying, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I'm heading towards, and really studying it and crafting yourself, studying things, crafting it, defining it and understanding you is going to be a huge part of this time. It's like you're stepping into your power, you're stepping into yourself, you're seeing yourself more. If you have children who are earth sign energies, they can be testing you, they can be, but they are going to help you to move forward in more prosperity and more success. Now, with the Eight of Pentacles, this is hard work energy. This is like you're a hard worker, you're determined, you're focused on the details. You can step back and look at the bigger picture. So that's absolutely fantastic. And with the Ace of Swords, this is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of clarity of voice, clarity of mind, cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. We're going to see during this time that we're cutting through a lot of BS, a lot of nonsense, a lot of things that didn't make sense or don't make sense. And it's like, why am I carrying this? Why do I even want it? So there's going to be a huge release during this full moon and around the time of this full moon, and a sense of stepping more openly, more honestly into ourselves and into where we need to be. So it moves us then to see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. This is soulful reverse. We need to fill our souls. We just do. It is going to be very, very, very important to us to fill our souls, to connect with ourselves spiritually, personally, honestly, and that's going to change the game for us. But right now, we're not connecting. It's just a sense of our souls are there. And for Scorpio, especially, you need your soul to be full. You need yourself to connect with spirit in a very open, very honest, and very powerful way. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Oh, and if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. Yeah, it's love. This is the heart chakra. So there's a sense here of like, what do I love? What am I passionate about? What even inspires me? We can be feeling a bit uninspired, a bit disconnected, a bit, overwhelmed at times. And we're disconnecting from our emotions because as a water sign energy, our emotions are loud and proud and in charge a lot of the time. And we'd be thinking, no, I need to be more practical. I need to be more down to earth. And we have that with the Page of Pentacles. This full moon is also in Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign energy. So we are going to be learning a lot during this full moon. So that also comes into play during this time. But we have the pentacles, we have the wands, very practical, very down to earth. We're not connecting with our hearts. We're not connecting with what we love. And it's almost like the instinct of us, the emotional instinct of us, we're suppressing for one reason or another. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have the Two of Pentacles reverse. Be mindful. The more you try to juggle, the more you try to add on, of course, the more stress you will get. But you're going to find you fumbled the ball, right? You fumble, it stumbles, things start to fall. And this is going to be a time where we can get very discouraged. We can hold a lot of pressure on ourselves. A lot can be riding on things as we see, in this world. And it's like, okay, this pressure, it can crush me, but I'm not letting it. I'm not letting it. So here, it's kind of like step away for a minute. Step away, and it's almost like declutter. It's like step away and step into what's important for you. And we might be making some big decisions during this time, yes, but it will be better than I can put on more and 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 not get to the place I need to be, and just be so overwhelmed that even if I get to the place I need to be, I won't enjoy it. I won't even realize it. So let's see. Let's dive deeper into these cards. The Queen of Wands, again, that fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There is fire and passion to you. There's a connection with your sacral chakra, also with your solar plexus chakra. So this is going to be a time to definitely listen to your gut, to let your creative energy flow forward. There is a sense of fire, of determination, of focus, of insight, of I'm moving forward for me. I'm moving forward inspired by me. But there's also a sense here, again, kind of echoing what we are to be mindful of, because in our world, the hustle culture, is real, and everybody's like, well, just do more, just, push harder. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're completely stressed out. It doesn't matter if you are just burnt out. What matters is if you keep on pushing. So here with the Queen of Wands, it's have your fire, have your passion, but look at your creativity. Look at the fire that inspires you. And make room for that in your life that's able to recharge you, that's able to help, rejuvenize your battery and bring you forward in a way that you need to. Now, there are times, yes, where we have to put our nose to the grindstone and just push through. Absolutely. But here with the Queen of Wands, we do have that ability too. There's a sense of fire, determination, focus, insight. It's almost a sense of we can let everything else burn as long as we are successful and plowing forward. So be mindful of that as well, because when we step back from that energy, Scorpio, we might be pleased in one sense, like, wow, look how far I've come and look how much I've achieved. But I don't see us being very comfortable with setting everything else ablaze. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be a very big thing. Now, I also always see the Queen of Wands as being Hecate in Greek mythology, but also Hestia, who is my favorite Greek goddess. And it's so cool because Hestia walked away from so much. And it's not saying that we need to walk away, but it is saying we need to look at what's important to us. Because after the war with the Olympians, right, the well, with the Titans, the Olympians were going to go to war again, and they were going to say, okay, now we have to fight each other. There's an unequal amount of gods and goddesses on the Olympic throne. Like, we need to change this, because there can only be an even amount of top gods and goddesses. And she said, that's it. I'm walking away. I'm not doing this. And there's going to be something here where it's like, well, you just have to sell yourself a little bit more. You just have to give up a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Keep on pushing, keep on going. And for a lot of us Scorpios, we're going to be like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And she became the goddess worshipped in every single hearth of every single ancient Greek and ancient Roman home. So her name was known. It was at the center of everything. It just wasn't one of the top gods and goddesses. So here, there is a sense of it's still worth something, even if, and you're still worth it, even if it's not billboard famous type of thing. So just remember that. Just remember that, because we're going to want to push to make it just huge. And what if it's small, but it's powerful? And it brings us then to the Five of Wands reversed. We're so not into the fighting. We're so not into the fighting, the pettiness, the squabbles, the I can outdo you type of thing. This is also energy, here they're all young guys. It's energy that starts as something fun. It starts as a game, oh, let's play, and then it gets out of hand. And we're going to see this, and we can tell this during this time, where people start to get out of hand with things. People start taking things too personally or getting too upset and it being too overwhelming. So just stepping back is going to be a very important thing, but it can feel isolating. We're changing our mind. We're changing our life. We can look at our failures and what we haven't done right and just stay focused on that forever and ever and ever. That's not going to help us. This is the smallest moon of the year. This is the snow moon. This is a moon that is grounding because it is a Virgo full moon. And yes, we want to always improve. Whenever we have Virgo energy come forward, it's like you can always improve. You can always do better, right? But this is going to be a time where we are really hearing the message of you've made the mistake, learn, move forward towards what you love. It's time to heal. It's time to heal and step away out of the pain and also out of the negative mind space that we can get in with very obtrusive, negative thoughts. This moon is going to teach us a lot. We're going to see ourselves planting new seeds, looking at things in a different way, moving forward. We're going to be looking at our passion, also our root chakra, what grounds us, what brings us prosperity. The Page of Pentacles is bounty and success and abundance, planting those seeds, gaining an understanding, and seeing ourselves move forward in it. With the Eight of Pentacles, hard work and dedication and determination is definitely our guiding force during this time. We are looking at where we need to be, how we need to move forward, but we're also looking at the subtle art of things. This can also be a time where we start kind of a new hobby, craft, whatever it is that can turn into something way more for us. But we're going to start being clumsy with it first, but we have to give ourselves the time to learn the craft, to learn the skill of things. So being aware of this during this time is going to be very important as well, because our skills are going to shine through just absolutely brilliantly, but we're also going to be very hypercritical about ourselves and on ourselves and demand a lot more. So being aware of this is going to be important. We are going to work super hard. We're going to get a lot of messages, most definitely. And I'm just hearing the birds sing. So just stepping out and going outside and listening to the birds sing for a moment can ground you, can center you. And then it's like, okay, go back to work, go back and get done what needs to be done. You're cutting through a lot of doubts and fears and negativity, hurt, pain, disappointment, and you're going to find yourself embracing your voice more and more. You're going to find yourself moving forward in determination and focus and insight and saying, yeah, I can do this. Yes, I know what I need. Yes, I know who I am. And so there's a clarity of thought that's coming forward. There's also going to be these things in the back of your mind that you're like, oh, what about this? And what about that? And what about starting to create this or starting to create that or looking at it this way and bringing that forward and just kind of like dabbling with something on the side is going to be helpful, because it's also going to give your mind like just a breath to then be able to say, oh, okay, now I can jump into this full throttle type of thing. That's going to be very helpful as well. But I do see something that's kind of like tumbling around in the back of your mind. And if we start just kind of like jotting it down, looking at it and thinking on it like for 5 minutes a day, it'll be very interesting how that grows and what that grows into. So that's a nice thing. Also the problems that you can solve with it, because there's just something here where it's just like an idea. And yeah, it starts to open up more and more and more. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Ooh, goodness. Ooh, sorry about that. That was loud. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides, angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, what's interesting here is that there's this push and pull to this moon. There's a sense of like, I can do anything, I can achieve anything. And then there's a sense of like, but I really can't, right? There are limitations, look at this, the state of the world, look at everything, and then we feel like we're being held back. We're not able to move forward the way that we want to. There's an acceptance here when it comes to our fire, our passion, our desire, what it is that we want. There's an acceptance of us. And there's also an acceptance of what our soul wants compared to what everybody wants us to want, or what the dream of things has been. Take time to breathe. Take time to center yourself. Take time to see you instead of seeing what everybody wants of you or from you. And it brings us then to the end of a tough cycle approaches. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like we're caught up in a pettiness that we don't want to be a part of anymore. But the end of a tough cycle is approaching. We need to have patience with ourselves as we move forward, as we go after what we want, what we're looking for. As doors are opening, we need to be patient with ourselves and not give up. It brings us then to a new romantic cycle begins. And this is reversed as well as the masculine energy is reversed here as well. So this is going to be a time where we feel stuck. And we can very easily be stuck in negativity, doubts, hurts, pains, and disappointments of the past. Turning our mindset and seeing healing and seeing beauty and seeing connection, that's harder. That's harder for us as human beings. And a win-win outcome being, a new romantic cycle starting feels impossible. But it's also with the full moon in Libra, which I was seeing is a win-win outcome approaches. It feels like there isn't a win-win. We can't both win. There's only one way to this. And the masculine energy is something that we're kind of fighting against. And it's a sense of stepping into ourselves and being very proactive, letting our voice be heard, being very determined, be very forceful. It's quote unquote masculine energy coming forward. And we could do a meditation, where we take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and say sacred masculine, sacred masculine, sacred masculine. What does that feel like for you? Does it make you feel safe and secure and protected? Or does it make it feel like you're going to be abandoned, or, you don't know where you stand, or, it's scary? We do the same thing with the sacred feminine. We can say sacred feminine, sacred feminine, sacred feminine. Do you feel loved? Do you feel nurtured? Do you feel, at peace? Or do you feel judged and criticized and belittled? Seeing where we stand with these energies, does either one of them make us feel safe? That's a big question. Because if we don't feel comfortable with either one of these, how are we supposed to move forward in the power in us as a human being? So a new romantic cycle begins. We're going to start to fall in love with our lives again as we embrace the sacred masculine energy, or when we have the courage to embrace the sacred masculine energy of ourselves and of our lives, and as we embrace a healing. And it brings us then to surrender to the divine, which we do not want to do. We are better with trust, but this moon, we're not going to want to surrender to it. We're not going to want to step into the energy of what can I learn, or what has been being taught to me, or what have I been seeing during this time. We need to trust, and we're okay with trusting. But seeing that trust through, that's going to be a little bit more difficult for us, which sounds confusing. It's like, okay, I trust that everything's going to work out, but I still need to micromanage everything. It's kind of like what's going on. Don't let your past hold you back. This is a connection with the void, which is reversed. So embracing the nothingness, embracing the great expanse of our world and of ourselves, we are letting our past hold us back. We are, wanting to break free of it, but we are working super hard and feeling like we're not getting ahead. So just being mindful about this is going to be very important for us, that there's a sense of a little bit of disconnect, of a little bit of frustration, of a little bit of like, why isn't this working out? And it's because our past has a hold on us that we need to see, and we need to embrace the expanse, and that we are part of something bigger that opens up the door, that helps us to move forward. And now here we have two moon cards that came out, and it says, nothing will come of this. This is the void, of course. And this is expect powerful change. It's not going to happen the way that you expected. It's just not. And here we have the unexpected coming forward. We're pushing away the unexpected because we want the clarity of mind to come in the way that we have visioned it. And Spirit is going to say that, and Spirit is saying, and the moon is saying, it's not going to happen the way that you expect. But it is going to take a twist, a turn, a way forward that brings you to unexpected benefits, that brings you forward to a place that you need to be, but you hadn't imagined it. Like if somebody asked you, what do you imagine? And you said right now and you wrote it down. And then 5 years from now, you look at that paper, you'll be like, oh, wow, it's so different from what I thought, or it happened so differently than I thought it would. Our subconscious spirit message is gratitude. A thank you. A thank you to the world and to ourselves and to creation, and just a sense of love and abundance to move forward in. That's going to be really important. It's so easy to be bogged down, weighed down by the world and not see ourselves. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is spiritual awakening. This is the crown chakra. We are awakening into ourselves. We are being guided forward in ways that we hadn't imagined. Embracing our crown, embracing our knowledge is going to be very beneficial for us. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Queen of Swords. That's the energy of being kind of a bully to ourselves. The Queen of Swords energy is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We can take the gift of the sword, and we have here the Queen of Swords holding that gift in her hands and using it to rip ourselves apart, using it to absolutely cripple ourselves with doubt and the negative voices in our heads. So do be mindful about that during this time. We can be very harsh on ourselves. We can be our own worst critics, but we can also be listening to people who criticize. People can say 1,000 nice things about us, and we can have all this beauty, all this love, all this connection. One person says one mean thing, and we're just absolutely devastated by it. And it's the only thing we can remember. So just be mindful about this during this time. Our subconscious tarot message is the Two of Swords. You're going to see that there's a different path that's opening up to you. And it's not one that you had expected. It's like, oh, is that it? Oh, is that what I needed? It's going to be a surprise, but it's going to be beautiful. You're also severing yourself from something that, it was a dream. It's what you thought would be, but it isn't you anymore. And you're going to be seeing yourself moving towards more of you, towards more of what you love and what you want. Our subconscious Luna message is attraction reversed, and your dreams need a practical plan. We do need a practical plan. We need to ground ourselves and center ourselves and know that our attraction, the law of attraction, is that the energy that we're putting out into the world, we are attracting to ourselves. So here we're not paying attention to it. We're just letting our energy be all wiggly niggly, like, it doesn't matter type of thing. But here what we're going to find is that we need to calm, we need to center ourselves. We need to look at pains that we have that are holding us back. We need to forgive ourselves and move forward. And then we need to set ourselves goals and positivity, and really saying, this is what I'm going after, because it's needing a focus. It's not just saying that thinking positively will get you everything that you want. No, but it is saying my mind has a huge effect on my body and myself and the energy that I'm putting out into the world and the way people react to me, but also the way I interpret the way people react to me. And this is going to be a time where we're looking at that with seriousness. And my dreams need a practical plan. I'm getting a practical plan, and I'm moving forward in that plan, in that determination to change my world, to change my life. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep and please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So let's take a nice deep breath in exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye. Oh, and have a blessed moon. Bye.